And our next speaker, Teemu Veneskari from Kymenlaakso Rescue Department, will explain a little bit how we are dealing with forest fires in Finland and maybe also some hopes for the technology to develop. Okay, Teemu, floor is yours.
Oh, all right. So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Teemu Veneskari. I come from Kymenlaakso Rescue Department and I work as Chief of Development. But first of all, for Mark, I'm glad to say that we are in a comfort zone for putting out the fires in Finland. Looking for those pictures, it would be quite interesting to be as an incident commander in situations like that. And as you know, the fire rescue service is like a brother sisterhood of common fire rescue departments in the whole world, and so that's why looking for those it provides me a lot of ideas and it gives me thinking about how we can actually think about the fires and how we can deal them, because in Finland we have quite different atmosphere. We have quite different kind of fires and amount of the fires. I will show a little bit of those statistics in Finland and also how we are dealing it. But this is also related what kind of terrain you have, what kind of resources you have for putting out the fires, and that presentation really opened my eyes. So really thanks for that, and also that scientific perspective you brought us. So I started my career like 20 years ago as a firefighter, and then sub-officer, executive fire officer, a little bit time as a fire chief. And now I've been from 2012 working as a chief of development, and I just usually I say that developing the fire rescue services is like pulling the sledge. There's no snow, you have some rocks on it. It's because our rescue services, there are some long historical cultural backgrounds, and we are developing ourselves, and sometimes I feel I'm too much in the future. I need to bring back myself back to down and see what are the basics and what are the basic things to do and develop. So today I will a little bit explain how we are dealing with forest fires in Finland, also what are the current drone practices, but after Mark showed us you don't use any drones when you have enough kilowatts, they will melt in the air. So, well, I will show it anyway. And also some future ideas, what kind of things we perhaps have to do, and this is related to the data and the use of the data. So let's start. So this is coming from the Minister of the Interior. Rami Ruska is a senior inspector, and he provided me this. And this is like national level perspectives, what's to do with the forest fires. So our goals are the three goals. We are protecting the human life, property, environment, and there's the three sectors and segments for the forest fires: fire prevention, early warnings, and then our rescue services. And under these boxes, we are trying to, using already the data, like the forest fire index. Then we are providing information for the inhabitants, how to use fire, when not to use fire. Also the early warnings. We can send and use, as Mark told, also satellites, aerial viewings, and of course the drones. And then we have the fire brigades and associations for the aerial firefighting. Actually, it's for the observations, but then we have the other authorities, units, helicopters, and so on to use for the forest firefightings. So these are the forest fires in Finland in 2019. All the red spots are the places where the forest fires have happened, and we had over 2,800 forest fires. I checked it in Saturday. This was the last numbers, and only 11 of them was 10 hectares. But if I understand correctly, we will have also here the presentation about why we do have such a low amount of the forest fires in Finland. So more statistics, and I'm happy to say, I hope it shows in the back there, but we did have, the 2018 was the biggest for many years. We had like totally forest fires and land wildfires or a little bit over 4,000. But then the average hectares is 0.51, so 5,000 square meters about. So they are quite small ones. And usually the average is that under 2,000 forest fires per year. So we are quite lucky that we do have this kind of low amount of forest fires. So a little bit about our rescue services. This is also related how we are so good at putting out the fires. So we have two-level system. We have the governmental level, we have the Ministry of the Interior, and then the regional administrative agencies, which are looking how well we are, the 22 fire rescue services, providing our services. And this is the amount, the red spots are about the fire stations. So we have quite a lot of them, and a lot of them is coming from the voluntaries. In Finland, we have quite extensive history about the voluntary fire brigades, and actually, the fire rescue services started from the voluntaries back in times. And these are the vehicles and so on. And then we have our values: humanly, professionally, reliably, and in cooperation. And this is also our statistics. In average, whatever mission, whatever risk area, we have 4 risk areas in Finland, it was 9 minutes 38 seconds we can apply to accident side. So we are efficient, we are quite fast to reaching out, and this is also related for the quite extensive network of fire stations. We have a lot of vehicles, units to be sent. And actually in Finland, the fire rescue services are the biggest, the fastest authority. In certain time of the, we can get the most persons, even more than military, because we are preparedness authority, which is working actually in everyday basis. So, how we deal the forest fires? This is the second part of it. So in Finland we have this unique system of 26 observation rods for planes, and this is going through the flight clubs and associations. And actually the North, Finland's administrative agencies are doing the tendering process, and they are every 2 years tendering it. And you can, as an association, provide routes for you to be applied. And the SAR, the Finnish Art Rescue Society, it's providing these services like that. You can actually call them to be as like a command post for you. Actually, you can, as a incident commander, get to yourself or a plane to be used as a point of view for commanding when you need for the forest fires. And they have over 70 planes, and over 2,000 fires was detected in 2018. This is quite extensive amount. This is about the flights, how much they have made, and 2018 it was quite big year for the flights, so over 1,200 flights had made. And of course this is paying something, but the results we are getting from it, and the Ministry of the Interior is paying for it, all the taxpayers are paying for it. So this is giving us quite nice tool for also observing the fires. So these are the units we can use as an authority. In Finland we have quite nice laws about how you need to help another authority. And actually we can order to border guards, Finhems or defense forces to provide their units for us. And they are using the Bambi buckets, they are different sizes. And this is quite nice tool for putting out the fires, the places you cannot apply easily. And as an incident commander, you can give them just a task. You will have the right sector, right north corner, please put that out, and they will. And that's quite nice tool. So this is about how they are actually going for the missions. When the Finnish Meteorological Institute, sorry, difficult word, index is enough, they are applying for the flights. And this is used automatically. and this will give the frames for doing these observations from the air. And these are just some pictures and statistics about how many forest fire warnings there was in 2017, but also from in 2019, and there is a quite difference, as you can see. So this year, next to our rescue department, South Carolina Rescue Department had this 1 over 10 hectares fire, and well, I was thinking this would be a great picture for this presentation, but after Mark's, well, there is some smoke coming, and no flames, and well, we try to put it out. Well, for us, it's a extensive, even perspective of statistics, but terrain is quite flat, and it was a beat bog. Okay, this brings us some challenges because it's going under the ground and so on. And if the winds change, and actually it happens in that way. Tuesday it started, they thought, all right, this will be end in the evening, but the wind changed the direction, and then it was 4 or 5 days and a lot of units and things. So, about the ongoing project we have doing now in Finland, the prediction. The Ministry of the Interior is handling of one of that we could actually, and this is actually from the site which as previous fire was, the beat bog fire, and how we should use some kind of things to predict how the fires are going. But after the Mark presentations, I'm not sure can they do it. I hope they can. It's nice to see what kind of results we will get, but this is related to the data. This is related that as an incident commander, if I could predict where actually the fire is going, how fast and when, I could think about my resources and performance more carefully. And this is the main thing. You are getting the tools which are improving your decision-making abilities. And that's why, okay, the old executive fire officers, they just go in forest and a little bit smell and all right, that's the direction, we need this amount of units and so on. It's like the tacit information, but of course they are using it by themselves. So how to transfer a little bit and give the tools for the younger officers also to deal the big fires like that for many days, that's the challenge. And I hope we will get the data for helping us in this task. All right, then just a little bit the current practices. 2011, I made, I think it was Finland's first master thesis, no actually it's engineer thesis then back then, yeah, about how to use the drones for the situational awareness, how to improve it. And from that date, we are improving ourselves and using them more. And these are some examples from our rescue department. But first, this is the statistics currently. And this is the amount we are using the drones in total. And those are the different missions. So I'm happy to say it's increasing the usage of the drones. But the drones are with the sensors, the daylight sensors, it's providing like the minimum, it's like a low data, it's no any intelligence behind it. So it's just the data, it's even the minimum to maximum. I'm using this kind of perspective about you should get even one picture. In 2 minutes you can get with the drone one picture from the detached house fire or forest fire. And actually you can use that as a tool for predicting, because you have the tacit information and intelligence in yourself as an incident commander from your work experience to combine it and just see how it will go, what kind of things I will need that the fire will be put it out in what time. But I hope we can still increase these numbers, but this is not showing the data or not showing what kind of sensors we are using, but mainly it's daylight sensors. So we started using the drones in 2016. I proposed this to our CEO in 2009, and soon after 2016 I got promised, Teemu, let's buy some drones. So we did, and I have some short video here. What kind of things we are actually using them now. And actually this was the first mission. So during the weeks there was reports that smoke is smelling nearby some natural park. And just using the drone, 2 minutes, you put it up, you actually find it. So we can actually calculate some kind of effectiveness from it. This is a school which was smoking. There was some youngsters burning some papers, so happily it was not burned down totally. Also, when you need some kind of information from places you cannot easily to go, this is something you can also use. Also, all spills, we are nearby the ocean, and how to do it, how to manage it, it's a tool for incident commander or oil spill commander in this case. Also, some educational materials we can provide for our officers. And of course some promotional material. There is actually quite good few operators now on fire rescue services. I think the only problem is that the fire chiefs are not so happily providing me those guys, because as you know, our performance is coming from the human resources, the firefighters, and every year we are testing our firefighters for the physical health. And the physical health, it has to be in a certain level. So they don't want to give those, top one sharp guys for doing that, operating the drones, because they want to them have to smoke diving, chemical diving, and things which you need physical health. And if you didn't know, the retirement age for the Finnish firefighter is 65. So think that 65 years old firefighter is going to save you. Yep. So, okay. Also, we are doing some developmental things, and this is SOPs. Usually, when you are as an incident commander, you will use SOPs. We have a lot of SOPs. When you are commanding your unit, with one command, you can use your units for doing something. And I thought, all right, now we have learned how to how to buy. Well, sometimes we have to burn them. How to buy drones, but then how to lead them. We were not thinking about that at all. So I started jointly with the Finnish Rescue Service Academy, the project, and we provided this SOPs. And actually, from that link, you can download it. It's in English version also. And when I researched it, there were not similar ones in whole Europe. So this is something we kind to provide, and even provide for the market if there are any use for you and any European or whatever country to use. And that's something we need to think about more. Providing tools for the incident commander how to deal the drones more, not just please fly and do what. This is not the common procedure or way we are actually doing our job even now. So this is something we are doing now locally. We have the Kouvola Land Survey Corporation, and they are doing a lot of things. They are using a lot of sensors and things. And for me, it's like, I don't know, Christmas when I look these videos and things. So let's look. We have the flooding exercise in Hamina Harbor. And please do not record this video. I can only show it to you in this audience, and I cannot provide it in public, if it's okay. I will not show you the model, but this down is a 3D model, And actually for the fire investigations, we can use it. The fire investigations can use after fire to provide this kind of map and tool to use, and well, next time. So these are the pictures we are getting from the drone. And as you can see, when you have the large scale accident, you have a lot of units there. So let's go to the future part. So this is things I want to do and would like to do, and this I think I need a lot of help for it. And actually, if there's some ongoing projects, I'm really keen to see that. So, to the statistics, in 2018 there was over 800 fires caused by natural lightnings or events and so on. So, what I would like to do, there is actually in Meteorological Institute sites the radar for the lightnings. You can get the coordinates, approximately coordinates. I would like to send the drone when you have the U-space to send and check the area. Do you have the hotspots? So I would like to more faster to get onto this fire, if there is a fire, and use my resources more efficiently. And saving money, saving time, that's the thing. Also, I want to use the machine vision or learning to do learning about the fires, so they can actually provide me the information that is it the burning something really, or is it just a farmer burning some trash nearby. And secondly, this is something we are doing now in the forest fires, putting the hose lines with the 4 wheels. And what I would like to do, this is, I think most of you have seen the Boston Dynamics about the small dog. I would like to use and test these kind of things. Are they capable for it still or not? And how to do it in the future. But then, I'm not sure how many of you have read this article. It's a current state and future outlook of the rescue robotics. And there is something I really liked on this report and article. Sometimes the developers are doing the developing by themselves, not using the end users so much as it need to be. So you are getting products that you can actually not use so widely and good in a fire rescue service even. The robustness and so on, it's not comforting the needs which we have in our current scenarios. Also, the drones, okay, as you can see, and I can really agree, we have using them now and using them, but the groundman robots, no, I have not seen one, and I will keen to see what is the state of them, and that's why there should be more research on this. So, that's it. I will end my presentation on this picture. It's a background picture for 10 years now in my computer. In 1900, someone, artist Jan Mark, who drew this, and if they think then that we can fly in 2000, what should we do now? Thank you.
Now there's time for a few questions for Teemu or comments. I have, for the start, I have one comment. So it's obvious that in Finland we don't have the tradition or deep knowledge on how to model forest fires. But is Mark still here? Yeah. Maybe you have some advice for this, where we can find this knowledge maybe in Europe, and how it could be utilized in Finland. Is there some kind of a service or network that could enable us to have this?
Yeah, well, fire modeling is very well used in the normal fires, and the fires you have are really in that classification. So all the models and the algorithms are available, and in the Mediterranean they are used to assess all the fires, and they can work just in instant time, seconds. We can just do 1 million simulations. So it's technology that is there, and it's available, especially for the Scotch pine and the spruce, which you have. So we can just join the fire service into our networks. In Europe, it's kind of tradition. We intend to build again and again and again the models because we think we are different, but at the end, fire is the same everywhere. So, yeah, it's available, it's free, and it's a network of high evolution. And it's where we are just applying the artificial intelligence just to show types of evolutions and classifications. Because one thing that when I was looking at the presentation, I saw the 2018 really red thing compared to the other years, and I saw the statistics 2018 was really high, was 40% of the previous years, and that's the jump of the new condition. So simultaneity, getting too much fire at the same time is what it will be the bottleneck for the traditional way of responding. So trying to assess that and also build that capacity of simulation over the drone. So the drone can send instantly you the picture of what he sees, compare what he can simulate according to what he sees or what he's sensing. Then you speed up the process of decision for the fire manager.
Okay, thank you. Henrik has comment. Can you pass the microphone?
About the question, I'm Henrik Lindberg from the Häme University of Applied Sciences. There are SMEs also in Finland who provide data, so there is modeling also done in Finland, and it's done in previous E2 project. But like it was said, the algorithms are about the same, but they are also developed here in Finland. So there is developing work going on. I can give contact if somebody is interested.
More questions? Yeah.
Yes, I have one comment or actually question or two actually. You were speaking about this aerial resonation, about this what these flight clubs are using in Finland on those days when there is a risk for forest fires. Do you know if this same thing is used anywhere in Nordic countries? I was when I last week meet some people from Norway. They say that they have something like that in some counties, but not but it's not common for the whole Norway. But what about the Sweden? They have had quite a lot big fires in was it in the year 18 or something like that, and have they any kind of similar way to monitor possible fires? And the second question is about these drones. This sounded quite interesting, that when you have this hotspot from the satellite, or when you have this lightning strike, that you could send the drones to monitor them. But could the future be like that the drones are actually flying they're doing this flight resonance that is now you using that are now done by these flight clubs? So yeah.
So first of all, I'm not aware that there is a similar system we are using in Finland. I think this is a unique one, and that's why this can be seen as a product. And I see a product in that way that you can actually apply sensors even to those planes, fixed wing planes, to just test them. Secondly, about drones usage in lightning things, I would like to see that happen. And it actually, when the use-based concept, I'm not aware how many you know the use-based concept, but it's about when you have like the air control in 0 to 150 meters, and you can actually send your unit in BV loss, so you cannot actually see it. So that will provide the state, and I hope it will come in a few years, that I will have the platforms in top of my fire rescue service fire stations, and they will automatically go and do the missions. So I will save them money. But then you are talking about the indexes. Can you use the drones? Yes. And what I would like to do, as you saw, there are 26 routes in Finland which are like they are not dynamic; they're static ones. I would like to use the drones to the index, to fly the drones, so it's risk-based operations, where the most try to use the drones and get the information so in dynamic way. And I hope this will be the future of some kind. This we have to think about.